boss.
Good morning, boss.
Good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Magandang umaga sa inyo, sama namin sa media at sa ating mga kababayan sa lungsod ng Maynila. We would like to update you on what have been reported by DOH regarding to one victim, as per report, victim of stabbing happened around 8:30 p.m. on September 21 along Recto Avenue. And if I may read this quick, then we'll start answering your question. At around 8:30 p.m., September 21, riots broke out at the intersection Claro M. Recto and Quezon Boulevard. This is for purposes of geography, malapit sa Isitan, just across Isitan. During the riot, suspect Richard Francisco, 52 years old, a watch technician. As you all know, sa Recto, maraming pagawaan ng relo, mga maliliit na tindahan. Claimed that minors were trying to damage motorbikes and his business along the said street. In his attempt to protect his own property and business, he tried to use a case knife, yung pangbukas ng relo. However, this resulted in the death of victim Justine Servo E. Ignacio, 15 years old, grade 10 student, living in Rizal, Taguig, Barangay Rizal, Taguig. After the video was sent to the Manila Police District and follow-up operation of Manila Police District, the suspect was properly identified by our enforcement unit, and the suspect Richard Francisco, voluntarily surrendered himself to the authorities at Barbosa Police Station along A. Bautista Street, corner Escaldo Street, Quiapo, Manila. Of course, the suspect was informed of his constitutional rights. And now, here we are. First, nalulungkot ako na may isa na namang magulang na umiiyak ngayon. Masakit mawala ng anak. And I hope and pray for the soul of Justin Sergio Ignacio. Second, I hope ang mga kabataan talaga makinig kayo sa magulang nyo. May isang umiiyak na naman ng mga magulang ngayon. Nakakalungkot at andyan na yan. Anong gagawin natin? Buhay, hindi natin may babalik. Pangatlo, bukod sa pakikiramay, paalala sa mga kabataan, ito naman sa taong bayan. Sa mga mamamayan na nanonood, huwag natin ilalagay ang batas sa ating kamay. I know, mahirap, lalo na kung gusto mong proteksyonan ang iyong sarili at ang iyong mga naipundar na hanap buhay at gamit na sisirain lamang dahil sa riot or rampol. But we must continue to believe that the government and the men and women uniform of the police force will do their job. May namatay, nakakalungkot, meron ding makukulong. Madalit salita, wala. Isang malungkot na araw sa dalawang pamilya. Sa pamilya ng biktima at sa pamilya ng suspect. So muli ako'y kaus-pusong nakikiramay sa pamilya ng isang taga-Taguig na dumayo sa Maynila at nag-participate sa riot doon sa September 21 incident. And here today, as we have said, no enough justification for any citizen na ilagay nila ang batas sa kanilang kamay. Kaya nandito ngayon sa inyong harapan si Richard Francisco. And I think this case is solved with regard to the said report. So, before I ask everyone, I open the discussion. Si Mr. Francisco, baka meron kayong tanong. And now open the floor.
Hello, any question?
Hi po. Sir, Mads po from Net 25. Sir, pwede pong pakikwento sa amin, ano po yung nangyari nung gabi na yun na naging dahilan para po magawa po ninyo yun? Ano po yung action niya nung victim? Ano pong ginawa niya?
Una, muna sa sugo. Nagbuwasag sila roon. Pagdating sa Chrome, nalalampas po sa aming pisto. Dinasag na kinumba niya yung motor. Sasama sana yung motor din ng truck. Kaya Mario. Medyo dumirin na yung ko dahil ang dami na nila. Ayun, masundot ko. Hindi ko na nabigla lang ako yun. Hindi sadya.
Okay na po ba malaman ilang beses po?
Isa.
We'll send you I think Bambi will send them the video clips taken. That's why he was properly identified because of the video. Medyo kumera yun lang dahil yung incident hindi masyadong maganda. But I will give it to you. The evidence, we'll share it to you. The evidence, that's why he was properly identified. Next, please.
Oscar Roenda po sa GMA News.
Oscar.
Mr. Francisco, pa-describe lang po kung maaari, no, yung nakikita mo nung time na yun, kung bakit nagdilim yung panahon mo. Ano yung nakikita mo ng panahon yun?
Eh, wala na silang ano yun. Pag dumating sila, wala na silang pakialam. Pagpakita nila mga sasakyan tinutunan nila. Kumbaga, tinutumba, sinisira.
Sa gamit niyo po?
Ang gamit ko kasi, malapit ka rin ba sa akin, kaya lang pinaka ko sa loob. Paglabas ko, yung ano na, inano yung motor. Parang dumilim na rin yung biglaan. Hindi maano, para daw ko. Hindi ko sinadya. Kasi kung sadya talaga, marami, isa lang.
So, Mayor, nakikipag-usap na ba sa inyo yung pamilya ng biktima? O nakausap niyo na po ba?
No. The moment Director General of the Manila Police District, our district director, reported to me about the incident, and immediately itong anak ni Mr. Francisco, because he was identified by the Manila Police District, nakipagtulungan at inayos yung surrender. So inuna namin na hanapin yung suspect at may harap sa mata ng batas. And that's the update as of last night. And
Sir, Lawrence Tanhoco,
sure, Lawrence.
Sir, yung ganitong sitwasyon na malinaw na parang dating is self-defense yung nangyari, hindi ba?
Well, I don't know. I'm no judge, I'm no prosecutor, and I'm no lawyer. But that's the challenge. No? Yan ay isang malaking hamon sa isang rumble or riot incident wherein even ordinary people in a given situation will protect his family, property, and himself. Now, I don't know how far it will go, but habang tayo'y malayang under our Constitution, malaya natin maipahayag ang ating damdamin, at yan ay kinikilala ng pamahalang lungsod ng Maynila at iginagalang. But at the same manner, any citizen, for that matter, has also the right to protect his property and life. And it's another story to tell, but it's up for the fiscal, or the prosecutor, and the judge to find out. But one thing is for sure, the case is closed and solved immediately.
Mayor, good morning. Trish po from DZMM. Bale po, doon sa naging riot po ng September 21, it is then po confirmed na at least merong isang fatality po doon sa incident. Kasi sinasabi po ng DILG Secretary ay wala pong fatalities. Pero ito po ba yung fatality po nito? Ito po yung dun sa DOH na kinonfirm po nito?
Yes. When we heard the news, the report that there was a stabbing incident, of course, there are so many moving parts. Is this a stabbing incident like a regular day-to-day altercation of individuals, or this is a part of that incident happened in recto burning and destroying of private and government properties? That's another thing involved by yung police. Siyempre, yun ang muna natin kailangan alamin. It turned out, it's an ordinary citizen trying to protect his property and afraid of his life, caught in the middle of a chaotic, unruly rumble and riot. Yun ang kaya andito siya ngayon. So hindi siya less po. ordinaryong
Tanong ko na rin po, Yorme, yung mga kumakalat po kasi ilang video po sa social media, meron pong incident, not sure po kung, sinasabi po sa comment, minor de edad po yun pero hindi pa po verified. May inakyat po doon sa taas po nung hotel na niransak. Dinala po yun ng mga polis, meron pong suit of vest yung mga polis po yung nakaitim. Pinanig po sa taas, as parang pinabubugbog po ng mga hotel staff. May any reaction po kayo doon? So naging action po ng polis, ano po dapat ang ginawa? Ano po reason bakit po kaya pinanig sa taas instead of sa presinto agad?
If I were them, I will file a complaint to the family of the minor. But as far as I'm concerned, no report were given to me. And, you know, well, on the side, what if pinasok ka sa loob ng bahay mo? Will you protect your family and home? Kaya talagang pinaiiwasan talaga yung unruly rally. Kasi maraming moving parts yan. But as far as I'm concerned, to answer your question, wala pang reported sa amin. These are all claims, the same claims that there are 30 deaths. Remember, let's be honest to ourselves, we've been receiving chat group, pictures, communicating to each other, and even in the post commentary section, paano daw yung 30 pinatay. We take it seriously. Of course, alam mo, pag nag-iimbestiga ka, kahit na maliit na bagay, binibigyan mo ng atensyon as much as you can, what you call elimination process, what is truth and what is not. So the simplest way to do it, if there is 30 people who died, is to look into our morgue or even in our hospital, private and public. Wala naman 30. Ang hirap itago yung 30. Kaya sa mga kabataan, ingat lang tayo pagka-share ng mga ganito. Kasi these are sensitive informations. It may destroy lives, no? By vaguely or unsubstantiated claims against any person. Delikado yan. Hindi to joke. Nakita nyo, pag napapanood natin yung parang laro sa kanila. But you know, ulit-ulitin ko, tao bayan, may karapatan din na proteksyonan ang kanyang sarili at ang kanyang bahay at pamilya, ang kanyang pag-aari. Kaya lang, panawagan ko sa mga taga-Maynila, let us not put the law in our hands. Let's continue to believe that the Manila Police District, your police district, will do their job.
Last question po, Joseph.
Good morning, Mayor. Mayor, ang reaction na lang po doon sa panawagan sa inyo ng militanteng grupo na nag-rally ng isang araw sa MPD na palayain po daw yung mga inaresto. Kapag ka hindi raw pinalaya, ay mas malawak na paglabag sa lansangan yung kanilang gagawin. Ano po yung reaction?
Anong basis of release? If there is a basis for release, okay lang. Are they guilty of destroying public property, threat to the citizen? It's up to the judge. Are they suspect? Yes, they are considered suspect. 192 of them. Were they arraigned? Yes, they were arraigned. Then, karapatan naman nila kumuha ng abogado. Now, if I'm not mistaken, those 14 years old below is now under being submitted to the custody of DSWD. Wala naman akong kapangyarihan na magpalaya ng tao ng suspect. Even the president of this country, wala kaming kapangyarihan. O, palayarin niya, palabasin niya. Eh, pagka meron namang citizen na marunong-runong, eh, ano naman ang kasong kaharapin? Kaya, ang leksyon, okay, tatanda naman ng iba na yun. Ang leksyon talaga, maging responsable ka sa sarili. So, tulungan na lang nila. I encourage them to help the family to defend those suspects. 192 of them.
Mayor, si Grant Hilario po from Bongo Radio. Mayor, last time po ay nabanggit niyo po na merong ex-politician and Filipino-Chinese funder yung nasa likod na possible na nasa likod na.
These are possibilities, yes, based on raw and sketchy report.
Pwede ba malaman namin ngayon mas malinaw or confirmation kung sino itong tinitingnan?
Malalaman din niya siguro kung meron talagang katotohanan yan o wala. Dahil kung makikita nyo, yung interview ko kay Karen Davila yesterday, that particular cases will be charged to those suspects. Tapos nakita mo sa baba, nung binabanggit ko, the word to be determined. Ibig sabihin, there is an ongoing investigation and how far it can go. As of the moment, their person of interest as instigator and can be charged of sedition. Kasi may isa pang babae doon sa Ayala Bridge. Ngayon na kasi lumalabas yung mga video eh. Binibigyan niya ng direktiba para sunugin yung truck. Maraming ginagawa pa. Kinukumpile pa yung mga videos and datas. But, well, we'll see. Okay. Total, I think nagbigay na ng direktiba si Secretary Remulla ng DILG to further investigate. But for now, one at a time. Those who committed rumble and riot that caused damage to public property and private property and serious physical injury. Ayun. Second, there is an incident of death, confirmed report. Anong action taken by the city and Manila Police District? Find the suspect. Now, suspect surrendered voluntarily, and here he is. And hopefully later on, yung tanong mo, mahanap natin.
Boss, last na lang.
Sure.
Ako rin channel 2.
May alas 11 kasi ako.
Mayor, good morning. Sorry po, siguro na-miss ko lang. Pero meron na ba tayong initial damage assessment?
Oh, good question. Yesterday, umabot na sa humigit kumulang 10 million pesos. Ang damage. Sogo, MMDA, City of Manila properties. 10.4 more than 10 million. May breakdown na. Now, the challenge is, hindi naman kagad mapalitan yung stoplight ng MMDA because it's a unique product. Hindi naman yan available lagi sa Mercury Drug o sa hardware. So it will take time to put back all those. Chairman Artes is doing his very best to change or palitan yung mga nasirang gamit ng MMDA. So more or less about 10 million pesos. It's a good question. Yung tinatanong mo.
And very last na lang din, Mayor, si Sec. John Wick Rimulya ng DILG, sinabi niya wala talagang nagpuputok. And even the Manila Police District, sinasabi nilang wala rin nagpuputok ng baril sa hangin ng pulisan. Pero dun sa video from Sogo, may ilang mga kalalaki yung may hawak na baril. Ano po ba sila? Mga civilian ba sila? Or are they in plain clothes? Paano po ito yun?
Basta ganito ang rule. I don't know. As far as I remember, the rule sa rally, ang police has to be uniform for proper identification. I don't know if there is a law that requires that if you are participant in the peace and order situation in a rally, you must be in uniform so that you will be properly identified. So kung civilian, that's kailangan imbestigahan. Kasi bakit? Alam mo, meron din tinatawag sa rally what you call infiltrator. At ang trabaho, agitator. They will infiltrate a peaceful rally for some political beliefs or economic reason. Somebody maybe ordered them. Ito lang ang mga senaryo. We have to open our minds of the possibility. They infiltrate, instigate, agitate the environment, and maybe can provide some materials to those individuals. Lalo pa pag nakikita mo madaling utuin.
Puro bata.
Tawag doon starter. Tawag namin sa Rambol. Starter. Those are possibilities. Now, kung yun ay police o hindi, I really don't know yet. But as a matter of general rule, walang pulis ang makikihalubilo basta-basta sa gitna ng mga rallyista na sibilyan. Makukuyog yun. Usually, nasa front line. Divided yung line. But anyway, we'll look into it. And reports will be made naman. And hindi naman tumitigil pa yung MPD ngayon. Kaka-review. May isa pa kang tinitingnan namin yung sino yung Supaply. Sino ba yun?
Yung rapper na
hindi na pagkikita ngayon Pero maraming mga insidente na hinikayat niya yung mga bata. Kawawa naman yung mga bata. Kita niyo yung mga magulang. Nag-iiyakan. Kaya yung mga magulang ngayon, ang hapdi ng puso. Napuyan. Nag-aalala. Dahil lang dito sa mga, alam mo, okay naman akong geng-geng. Kasi yun, 2 joints tayo. Chill ka lang. Okay lang. It's a self-expression. Showing your talent. I don't mind. Pero to agitate and create chaos as an influencer, that guy Supaply can be held liable also. And I told sa Monte, sabi, paimbestigahan nyo nga yan. Kasi may mga video yan na parang nag-agitate siya ng mga bata. Como siya, sikat na influencer, nagamit niya in a bad way. Ito, kita yung mga nahuli namin, diba? Tadig. Ano nyo naman, napansin nyo Mandaluyong, Parañaque. Awawa yung mga bata. I think ikaw yung nag-interview sa mga magulang. You were there, no? Sa FPD. You see, nakita mo yung pag-aalala ng magulang. Yung hinagpis ng magulang. Sana nanonood yung mga kabataan. Is it worth it na pahatiin natin ang puso ng nanay natin at tatay natin? Is it worth it? Kita ninyo, nung nasa Hoyo, yung mga bata ngayon, bumisita ba yung, sino yun? Superfly? Bumisita ba sila?
Wala.
Ng barkada nila, ng kaibigan nila? Sino nag-aalala sa labas ng kulungan?
Nanay.
Magulang. Kaya mga bata, ang magulang nyo, walang masamang iisipin para sa inyo. Makinig kayo. Kaya, yun lang panawagan ko, huwag tayo magpadalos-dalos. Kasi sayang ang buhay, sayang ang kinabukasan. Makinig kayo sa magulang nyo. Malay nyo't maswerte nga kayo. Meron pa kayong magulang. May mga taong ulila na. Malay nyo, nanay nyo. I've seen your interview. I really feel bad as a parent. I really feel bad as a parent. But again, we need to do what we have to do to protect the interests of the general population.
Ito na tayong katapos, ha? Pasensya na kami, lakad na. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Sorry, paparating na si Ambassador. Muli, maraming salamat. Congratulations sa NPD for resolving this case. Thank you.